So, once again, good day everyone. I, I will be presenting the simple interest. So, before we dig into simple interest, we have the following objectives. So, the first objective is to define simple interest and identify its components, the principal, rate, the time, the interest, and explain the formula for simple interest, special use, and solve real-life problems involving simple interest by correctly applying the appropriate formula. So, before um, we jump to the problems, let us have a short introduction on the peoples that are connected with this problem. So we have here the first one is the debtor or the maker. It is the person who borrows the money for any purpose. And the lender, of course, the person or institution which the money is loaned. And then the interest is the payment for the use of borrowed money. So, kung pila ang interest sa kanang hihiram ng mga the principal is the capital or the sum of money invested. So, the fractional part of the principal that is paid on the loan is the rate interest, usually expressed as percent. So, the time or the term of the loan is the number of units. Pila siya kadlaw, pila siya ka months, pila siya ka tuig, which the money is borrowed and for which interest is calculated. And the final amount or the maturity value is the sum of the principal and the interest accumulated at a certain time. The amount received by the borrower is the present value or the proceeds of the loan. So, what is simple interest? So, simple interest is the interest in which only the original principal bears interest for the entire term of the loan. Here, the principal and the present value are equal. So, it's calculated only on the original principal amount and is paid at the end of the loan period. Kadalasan, pag simple interest lang siya, mabayaran mo siya at the end of the loan period. So, what are the basic concepts? Determine at ang term period, yung simple interest, i-compute ito yung principal, yung maturity value, and the simple interest value, and the time. So, ang variables na ito na gina-use is P is for the principal, R is the rate, the annual rate, T is the time period, I is the interest, and F is the maturity value. So if we find the interest, we have principal times rate times time. And we have to find the principal, we have interest over the rate and time. If we find the rate of the interest over the principal and time, and the time, we have the interest over the principal and the rate. If we are going to find the maturity value, we have to solve for the principal amount plus the interest, or the future value is equals to P times the quantity of 1 plus the rate and time. So, before sa mga problems, let us have kaning i-determine na to ang time period. Kaya namin siya i-estimate time. The time period should be determined using the number of days involved. The ways niya determine the time period is the approximate time, which is 30 days in a month, and the actual time is kanin siya naka-specific siya sa January. Actual time niya may 13 days. Sa February is 28, March 31, April 30, May 31, June 30, and July 31, August 31, September 30, October 31, November 30, and December 31. If ang approximate time na gamitin sa January is 30 lang siya. So, February 28 still. Ang March na 31, which is 30 gihapon siya. Ang April 30, same 30, and May is 30 gihapon, June 30, July 30, August 30, September 30, of course, October and December is still 30. For example, can i-determine na to ang actual time or the approximate time. Kung gikan siya March 3, padulong sa September 10. So, March, April, May, June, July, August. Of course, padulong siya September. So, if mag-start siya March 3, ilagay itong March ganun na, March 3 is 31. days. March 3 is 31. So, 31 minus 3. So, ang March 3 the next day pa mag-start ang counting sa time. So, March 4 start. So, 4, 5 until 31, which is the actual time is 37. Approximate time, of course, 7. So, April, we have 30 days. Approximate time, 30 April. And sa May, actual niya dito is 31, di ba? So, yeah, approximate the rest 30. And the July and the August, and the rest is 30. As you can see here. So, ordinary interest is a type of interest wherein the number of days is computed based on 360 days in a year. Ano siyang ordinary interest. Pero ang exact na to is compute on 365 days in a year. Ito type of interest not specified in the problem, let us solve using the bumpers rule or the ordinary interest in exact time. So 360 days. So for example, we have a problem here. What amount should be paid on October 15, 2024 for a loan of 25,000 made on March 20, 2024? So nag-start na siya of loan March 20 and then yung mabayaran up until October. So what of itong date and time. Ito siya. So kung ano itong yung ordinary interest using actual time, ordinary interest using approximate, interest using actual, and the interest using approximate. So, isulat na to ang given here, nag-start na siya loan nga 25, which is ang principal amount is 25,000 and the simple interest 10%. So interest rate niya 9%, tapos na siya tag decimal which is 0.09. So, start na siya March 20. Due date niya is October. March 20 ang actual time na to sa March 31 man siya. So 31 minus 20 which is 11 days. And ang April na to is 31 siya. And then, ang May na to is 31. And June na to is 30. So, actual time na siya. And August is 31. September, 30. And October, which is 15 days na lang. Ilan. So, ang total day, number of days is 209 days. Wherein, sa itong approximate time, i-assume na itong kaning April until September, we have 30 days. So, October to March, nag-7 months, and then ang days is 15 minus 20, which is negative 12. So, estimate 7 minus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 30 minus 5, which is we have 210 kaning minus out of 5 days. Therefore, yung approximate time niya is kagikan mo siya March 20 niya, difference niya sa October 15 kay 20 minus 15, which is mo siyang negative 5. Yeah. Ilang ni command 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ang galing ko negative 5 direct. Minus 5 na na. So, 7 times 30, which is 110 minus 105. So, 105. Gets? So, in solving, the ordinary interest, kato lang, 360 days. So, formula, the interest is equals the principal, the rate, and the time. So, 209 sa time niya 209 man siya dere 209 solve mo na to actual time using ordinary interest which is 360 lang. So time niya is 209 over 360. So principal amount which is 105,000 tas yung interest rate which is 0.009 multiply na to sa time niya 209 naman to ganito actual time, and then ang iyang gamiton kay ordinary interest which is 360. So 25,000 times 3.09 times 209 over 360, which is yung interest kay dash is na 1,306 and 10%. So, pag i-ano na to, i-add na to, kung tayo ihang mabayaran apil yung interest, tayo play ang actual amount. Ang principal niya amount is 25,000, i-add na to yung interest which is 1,306 and 25 cents, which is yung actual amount ngayon mabayaran is 26,000 rather 306 and 5 cents. So, if we try to solve using the ordinary interest using the approximate time, yung approximate time kay 365 man to. Approximate niya okay. 205 tapos 360 kaya pag ordinary niya interest. Kaya approximate time na to kay 205 kay 5 days man siya between mabayaran. So, same ra kung ano to ang time, calculate ito ang time which is 205 over 60 and multiply ito sa ang principal and rate which is gave us na 1,281 and 25 cents, and then kung i-add na tong yung interest tapos yung principal amount pero total mabayaran is 26,281 and 25 cents. So, ang pagkuhaon na to using yung exact interest which is 365 days, yung actual time niya is 209 man to. So, same ra kung ano to yung time, 209, i-divide na siya 365 days kay ano naman siya, exact interest. Ang exact interest, 365. Pag ordinary lang, 360. Pag actual time niya is pila to, may actual dyan niya, and approximate kung 30-30 lang. So, man siya. So, yan time, 209 naman to yung actual time, i-divide na to sa 365 days kay exact interest man siya. So, principal amount times the rate and then the time, which gave us 1,288 and 36 cents. So, pag i-add na to, ang principal of interest which gave us 26,288 and 36. Pag kuhaon po na to ang exact interest using the approximate time natin 205, since the approximate ganina na time is 205, and then the exact interest which is 365 days also, and then if kuha na to ang value sa interest, principal rate and the time, of course we have the 1,263 and 70 cents. Pag i-add na to, kung kuha na to yung amount, total amount na mabayaran kay natay 26,263 and 70 cents. Gets na? Okay. So, natin another problem here. What amount of interest will be charged if 12,000 borrowed for 4 years, simple interest rate of 10% per annum? Per annum siya, it means annually. Divide na to 1. So, given, start dito sa given no? Ang given, yung principal amount na 12,000, and yung i-borrowed niya amount for how many years? 4 years. Ang rate niya is 10%, which is in decimal is 0.10. So, formula is the interest is equals to the principal amount, the rate, and time. So, we have 12,500 times 0.10 times 4. So, we have 5,000. So, yung amount interest charge is 5,000 in 4 years na siya. Okay? We have another problem here. So, 10 months term deposit pang earns simple interest at 8% per 10 months na. Much should be deposit earn 600 in interest. Atong ginapangita here is the principal. So, ang original na formula is interest is PRT. Since principal na lang po so derive na to siya. Paano na formula include? So, in the P, pwede na to siya. Divide both sides by the rate and time. So, we have the interest over the rate and time, which is cancel ang RT. So, P is equals to interest plus time na siya. So, i-plug in na naman pang given. So, natay interest doon yung 600. Yan. Ang yung rate na 0.08. Tapos, pila ka 8% sa 10 months. Monthly mo siya. So, 10 divide 12. So, natay 5-6 years. 5-6 per year na siya. So, we find the principal amount, 600, divide na 0.667, give us yung principal amount, and 100. So, therefore, 9,000 na. Therefore, kung nasa 9,000 yung i-deposit, nga dapat maka-earn yung interest 600 after 10 months at 10% per annum. It's na. Per month man yung indirect interest after 10 months. Time is 10 months. Pero, i-divide ito sa whole year. Ang whole year, 12 months. Diba? So, divide 12. Give us the 5-6. Ano siya, yung time. And multiply mo sa interest which is the 8%. So, give us 6. So, money. Atong deposit. So, we have another problem. Kung tayo si Maria, nag-deposit daw siya 25,000. 180 days lang niya bayaran. Niya, dapat magkaroon siya 7% per annum pa doon. How much will the bank pay Maria on the maturity? So, sabi na pangita. Maturity date. Since pila mo ito ka days, akong given na, yung principal, 25,000, yung rate is 1%, yung time, kaya 180, pila yung maturity value, yung value. Okay, let's see. So, first na to, i-convert na to siya ang time to years. Dahil, 180 divided by 60. Ordinary na gyapon ito gamitin, kaya wala siyang buhat yung actual. So, 0.5 per year. So, punta na sa picture niya ito ang time, principal niya 3K, ang rate niya nga 0.07, ang time niya nga 0.5, so gave us to, so yung interest kay 875. Ang sakit ko lang na to, ang maturity value, which is ang iyang principal amount o iyang interest. Kung tahay, naman dyan tayo principal amount 325,000, yung interest is 875, si Boton, add lang na siya para paano to ang maturity values. Therefore, 25,000 i-plus na to sa 875 na interest niya. Si Maria, mayaman siya o 25,875 on the maturity date. Ito siya, inalang ko subject. So, natin another problem here. Ang yung interest, mga 2,700 nag-charge sa loan 15,000 na 3 years. What simple annual rate? So, ang hirap ang ito rate, ilang percentage daw ang i-charge siya loan. So, ang interest na ito kay ano daw 2.7. Then ang principal amount is 15K. And ang time niya is 2 years. So, original na itong formula which is the interest equals the principal rate and the time. Derive na ito. Divide both sides by P and T para mawala sa si R the result. The interest is over the principal amount. Yes. And then i-plug na to ang values here which is rate, principal, interest, principal, and the time. Which gave us yung rate ng 0.06. Pero, yung percentage form man siya. Dati, interest rate of 6%. Or bigyan pa kita, ang interest rate naman, which gave us 6%. And I think that's all for the simple interest. I hope you learned something from the lesson. And if you'd like I will have another simple discussion on the depletion and depreciation on the next video. I hope you like it, and that's all. Thank you.